Apalachicola Bay back here is one of North America's most diverse and productive ecosystems. But folks around these parts, when they hear the word Apalachicola, they think
oysters.
Oysters.
Oyster.
Oysters.
Oysters.
Oysters. Oysters.
Yep, oysters. In fact, Franklin County, Florida is one of the nation's prime producers of these succulent bivalves. Now that's a lot of shucking. Now to fully realize the potential of what's inside one of these crusty contraptions, the place to be in Apalachicola is Boss Oyster. Well, on this quest to achieve oyster nirvana, we're right back here in the heat of things with Richard Elliott and David Burke. Richard, what is it about Apalachicola Bay oysters that make them just wonderful?
Well, the bay itself is unique in that it's a large estuary, and it's where Apalachicola River actually meets the Gulf of Mexico, which makes it a wonderful breeding ground for shrimp, crabs, finfish, and of course, oysters.
Everything. And you know, the way I was brought up back in the day, you had oysters during the cool months, the months with an R in them, like September through April. But here, you got oysters year round.
Well, the water here in Apalachicola Bay is actually monitored daily.
Wow.
And I think the R month situation grew from where oysters had to travel long distances without refrigeration. So our oysters never travel by land. They're picked up that day, they're brought up in the thing, we run them through the oyster cleaner and then straight into the walk-in, and from there they go onto your plate.
Well, I'm certainly better at eating these than I am shucking them, but David here is the super shucker at Boss Oysters. David, how do you get inside one of those things?
We like to come in from the heel here. You see, you get your blade in there and wiggle it in. Get your bite, pop that shell, and cut that meat. Cut the bottom. You got a sweet treat to eat. Apalachicola's fine.
Love on a half shell,
There
right?
you go. Love on a half shell.
Gotta like it. Well, no matter how you shuck them, chilled with a variety of toppings, broiled with a variety of toppings, fried oysters, oyster stew, or right in the shell just like Mother Nature made them, as well as one of my favorites, an oyster martini. These magnificent mollusks are sure to please any palate. And the best place to get some of these briny bivalves is right here at Boss Oysters. Come on down and get Super Dave to shuck you up some, and Richard here to prepare us some of these wonderful delights. And you'll have reached oyster nirvana. Cheers.
Cheers.
Good stuff. Man, that is good. That is wonderful. Look at that oyster in there.